The consumer price index is often used to measure inflation, which can cause the market to move. When CPI data is released, markets can move quickly and trading risk can sneak up on you. And in this market measure study, we break down how traders perform when inflation data is released and what adjustments matter the most. Stay tuned. This research is about trading smarter, not harder.
The math behind the consumer price index. So if you didn't think you had enough of the consumer price index,
here's some more. Now, the cool part about this one that we're going to go through is the movements that we've seen for CPI announcement days, which I think is super interesting. So in 2025, U.S. CPI releases continued to act as major volatility catalysts. After the inflation surge in 2022, markets began pricing CPI prints like earnings announcements. This kind of goes to what we were talking about of pre-COVID, CPI was not something that you probably didn't even know what day it was. It wasn't even a thing.
I had no idea. Didn't care. Didn't want to know.
Yes.
Didn't have the brain capacity for it. Didn't want to.
So you've seen implied volatility kind of get bid into these announcements, and it really has been kind of a market-wide binary event, earnings-type binary event. The next one we're going to get is February 11th. I guess that one is subject to change if the government shuts down or whatnot. But because it's coming up, we wanted to kind of take a look at some data around these events and see if there's anything quantifiable for us to do with these. So let's get into it here. So the study that we did was in SPY, of course. On the next slide here.
Give me S&P down 34
cards. Ooh, they're chopping around a little bit. So SPY 2015 to present is our time frame. We looked at the daily returns on CPI days. We filtered out the dates on which the monthly CPI report was released, so we're just looking at CPI days. We compared the daily standard deviation, so your daily volatility, on any CPI report day since 2019 versus the reported days in 2025, and then looking at all of the days since 2019. So, and looking at all of those versus all the days in 2022. So we're isolating the most volatile days, the last 5 years, and basically the rest of that basket pre-COVID. So we're trying to quantify how much it's changed really since those days where we didn't even think about it.
Yep.
So just to give you a quick overview, October 2025, CPI did not exist due to the government shutdown. The November release compressed 2 months of inflation data together. This is just a breakdown of the CPI reports, the dates of those, the releases. We did have some funkiness in October, and then the double one was that a government shutdown? I think it was a shutdown.
I believe so.
Yeah, it was.
Or we have maybe having one looming now too.
Yes.
I mean, they all end the same way. It's almost redundant, but go ahead.
So the next slide here, just looking at this table, it measures the average change in year-over-year inflation rate from the CPI release to the next. And it basically shows that inflation was stable pre-2021. And then in 2021 to 2022, we got a little bit more volatility there. And then it's been cooler since inflation has quote unquote gone down. It hasn't gone down. Everything's more expensive. The rate of change has gone down.
Right.
And these are just the raw numbers here. So you can see the year-over-year inflation numbers. You can see the average monthly change here, and how that has trended over time here.
Very good. I don't see anything there that would.
This is just the FYI page.
Yes.
It's like the for-your information.
For your information, the S&P down 45, volatility, no lie, up 70 cents, been up all day long.
Well, the ick has finally materialized. They're giving us back.
The ick has materialized at 69.50.
If we bounce right at 69.50.
For the umpteenth time.
I don't know if I will have any not gray hairs left.
69.50. You got to remember, just yesterday we were as low as 68.20.
We were 68.20.
Yeah.
200 points.
Yeah. So.
So, 2025, inflation changed direction repeatedly. So we've had inflation up, inflation down, sideways, kangaroo, a little bit all over the place. The CPI wasn't about high or low. There was no directional bias here. The ones in terms of the movement in SPY observed in the CPI report as half of them resulting in down markets and the other half spiked a rally. So this is the change in inflation rate via CPI, and then the direction of the market on those days. This is just to give you an idea that, it's been pretty 50-50 in terms of the direction and inflation being up or down. Getting into this next slide, this is where we get a little bit more fun. So here, the daily SPY absolute moves as a percent. So you have on the left side here, 2019 to 2020, you had a CPI day was 1%, all other days was 0.8%. So you had a little bit of extra volatility there. When you take into account from 2019 to 2025, you had almost a 1.9% CPI day move in either direction versus a 1% move day to day on all other days. So you've had almost 2 times the volatility on a CPI day in the last 5 years versus just any other day. So
see, that's great information.
That's great information for you to know.
Right.
So you can look and say, you know what, the next time CPI rolls around and volatility's, a little bit low, you might say, hey, this is a day where I don't want to do a 0DT SPX trade because the last 5 years, we've seen volatility come in twice that of an average day.
Right.
That's kind of your quantifiable thing here. You could see when we've had periods of lower inflation or more stable inflation, 2019 to 2020, we only had a little bit of extra volatility into CPI. That's why you probably don't remember CPI as being important because it was a marginal difference. You're talking about 0.2%, more volatile. It's a small amount. It's 1.25x a normal day. When you're looking at the whole basket of the last 5 years, when you get this a little bit more volatility, 2.2 is a pretty decent amount. Overall, CPI was not an especially volatile day pre-2021. Over time, CPI days become systematically larger than normal days. So by 2025, CPI days move more than twice a normal day's trading range. So CPI has been more volatile in the recent memory. You like that?
Good stuff, and I like
the other
that.
ones.
So for me, there was a nice takeaway for this. That's pretty cool.
Good.
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
So CPI wasn't always market moving in 2019 and 2020. CPI days looked like normal trading days. I mean, they were basically the same there. What changed was the variability and not the level. Starting in 2021, larger month-to-month CPI swings, brought in some volatility here. In 2025, CPI days produced roughly 2x the volatility of an average trading day, even with inflation well below its peak. So we've had, quote unquote, good CPI prints. It's still been a volatile day. And volatility is both directions. You have to keep that in mind. It doesn't just mean it's downside.
Thanks for watching. The more you build on these lessons, the more systematic this process will become. The goal is to take you from isolated trades to a repeatable trading process you can rely on. Click through to watch more.